So I've realized I've been indecisive. And I'm not normally indecisive about much, especially when it comes to my hair. In fact, every time I do my hair, I always have new and fresh ideas about what I want to do next time, or what I wish I had done, or that I wish had turned out a different shade of gray or a different shade of blue, or I didn't use enough purple in the pink and it looked like cotton candy. For whatever reason, my hair is my template, my artistry. So the fact for the past last week, and I expect to be indecisive most of this week as well, it's unusual. In fact, I even went online to try and spark my interest. I hopped on Instagram, I hopped on Pinterest, and I looked at hair picture ideas, pastel hair, short hair. I used a whole gambit of hashtags and realized that I didn't have feelings one way or another. Oh, this is pretty, this is pretty, this is pretty. I don't want any of these to be my hair right now. If they were my hair, I don't know that I'd care, but So whenever I feel indecisive, I wait. I won't do my hair if I'm indecisive about my hair. If I'm hungry and I'm indecisive about a restaurant, I won't pick a restaurant until I'm decisive enough to pick one. That's like my wait and see function for my intuition. Because I love food, dude. Me and food, we're like this, yo, this. Yeah, I'm not usually indecisive. It's kind of weird. It actually is kind of freaking me out that I've been so indecisive about a bunch of things. So I'm totally gonna check the astrological forecasts for the week. I did read Dark Star, and she was talking about Jupiter, which is actually a very decisive planet. So I still don't understand. Unless Jupiter is in my house of indecision. Sorry, astrology joke. So when we find ourselves being indecisive in life, in our work, in our inspiration, even in our passions, what I find is the quickest, surefire way to get moving again is not just to do something. Everyone will say just do something. If you're a writer, just write. If you're a painter, just paint. If you're a photographer, go do photography. I've tried that, and it usually just ends up frustrating me more. And it's like, well, then what's the point? I was doing this to get out of a rut, and now I'm in more of a rut, and I'm pissed off about it. No. I will wait. I'll wait it out. I will. No lie. I'll probably do my roots, but I won't dye my hair until I figure out what I want. So many of us in life in general, instead of waiting, will fill our life with things so that we don't have to think about why we're indecisive or figure out where is this motivation coming from? Why is this affecting me? And I think that's wrong. What you need is emptiness, so that you can be with yourself, be in the moment, and be like, why am I being so indecisive? Is this a new phase that I'm going into? Am I being prepared for, I don't know, something? It's a possibility that I might have a job interview coming up, and because I don't know anything about it, I go and dye my hair pink, and then I find out I have a job interview next week, and I have to go bleach it and strip it again, and it ends up being very angry hair. You know? I like that's the one thing that's like, well, crossing my fingers, but there's almost always a reason. So if I'm driving and I'm like, I'm kind of hungry, but I don't really want what I drove past, and I don't really want what I see ahead, I keep driving. Even if I just keep driving home, then I get home and I'm like, oh yeah, I got the thing in the fridge. Oh yes, I'm so glad I waited. Intuition, indecision typically means that I'm waiting. A lot of people do this when they date. Yeah. And they end up switching partners and switching partners and switching partners. We're indecisive. Oh, I like this guy. I like John. He's cute. He's nice. He's sweet. So I'm going to date him until I find someone better. Yeah. That's not why we date. Well, It's not why I date. I am dating to look for my mate. I am dating for my mate. Yeah. And I'm not dating, but you know what I mean. We're not trying to fill our lives with so much crap that we don't have time to ourselves to think about life. Instead of sitting in front of the TV watching the Kardashians, why aren't we volunteering? Why aren't we reading? Why aren't we reading? Why aren't we creating? Why aren't we meditating? Why aren't we cooking with our family? Why aren't we playing with the kids? You know? We are so pulled out of ourselves that we don't have time for ourselves. And I've seen this happen to people that are scared of being alone, of facing whatever it is, that they fill their lives with stuff. So they're like, oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to read. I don't have time to do the things that I think are fun. And it's like, well, why don't you make time? Hello? And they always have a comeback. Always. Always. I don't have this. I can't do that. I blah, blah, blah. Well, I tell you what. Next time you're indecisive, why don't you just wait? Because patience is a virtue. And it's one that is newly acquired to me, certainly. I have not mastered patience at all. But I'm working on it. And I'm realizing that there's almost always a reason. So, next time you're indecisive about whatever, even if it's food, this makes people more decisive too. This trains you to be more decisive, because if you are hungry and someone goes, what do you want to eat? And you're like, I don't know. What do you want to eat? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, well, what about pizza? And they're like, I don't feel like pizza. And you're like, all right, well, suggest something else. You turn down my thing, it's your turn to suggest something. So they're like, all right, what about sushi? And you're like, oh, no, man, I can't do sushi. I have allergies. I'm allergic. All right, well, what about Italian? Nah. What about barbecue? Everybody loves barbecue. Everybody loves barbecue. If you can't pick something you don't deserve to eat. No. It's training us. We have a really long list of things that we don't want in life, in a partner, in a job, in a house, in life. But our list of things that we want, we don't even know that we have a list of things that we want, or it's a very short list. The list should at least be equal, okay? And if they're not, work on that. Work on it, all right? I love you guys. Indecisiveness is never permanent, never. So if you are indecisive, wait. You might be getting new facts about something very soon, and you don't even know it, okay? So I'm waiting out my indecisive streak, but I'm getting really hungry, so I have to figure out what I'm going to eat soon. I don't know, I've been craving Taco Bell, but I got Muay Thai in the morning, so I'd really hate to be sick kicking people in the face. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.